Well, new tonight, as we continue our election coverage, we're introducing you to the Republican candidates running for Congress in both of Hawaii's U.S. House seats. They all represent different ideas within the party, but all making the case why they can break through in what's historically been a blue state. In the 1st District, Congressman Ed Case touts himself as a fiscal watchdog, but the two Republicans hoping for a chance to run against him say that's not the case.
I just seen what was going on. It was turning my stomach, and I had to do something. Food prices doubled, gas prices doubled. People have to work 3-4 jobs here in Hawaii.
The economy and the cost of living here in Hawaii and how policy affects that to make things better or worse. In many cases, it's been been to the detriment of the people of Hawaii.
Conrad Kress and Patrick Largy, also both veterans. Kress served in the Navy, Largy in the Air Force, and both say the response to the Red Hill water crisis didn't happen soon enough.
I call them all AWOL, like a term we use when somebody doesn't show up in the military. They knew about this Red Hill situation when I was stationed at Hickam back in 1985.
When I was overseas and working in countries, and people actually, the leaders would say, you've done more in a few months here than people have done in a few years.
On other issues, both skew conservative. Both voted for Trump. Kress expressing some skepticism about election fairness.
I think there's always some accountability that needs to be looked at when it comes to the election process.
Largy, who calls himself a MAGA conservative, going a step further.
There's too much there that says that the election wasn't fair.
In the 2nd District, it was a sentiment echoed by 2020 GOP nominee Joe Akana, who said not only did he believe Trump won, he also questioned his own loss to Congressman Kai Kahele. His primary opponent this time, Joe Webster from the Big Island, doesn't think that's a good strategy for the GOP to repeat.
You can't win a general election if you think Trump should still be president, so that's the centrist part. I'm not in alignment with those far right-leaning ideas.
Joe Webster calls himself a Republican like you've never met before. He didn't vote for Trump, says he supports a woman's right to choose and supports some gun control, but he also says he wants to bring his business mindset to Congress.
Chip shortages, formula shortages, we did nothing about the baby formula shortage until everybody was out, and just being proactive as if you're running a company makes a lot of sense.
It's a mindset he hopes can lead Hawaii voters to look past party and look at the person.
I don't think it needs to be a red or blue thing, and hopefully one day it's not going to be, but it's got to start with somebody somewhere, and that's what I'm doing.
District is Arturo Reyes, and as we mentioned, Joe Akana also running in the 2nd District. He was unable to fit an interview into his schedule. Now, we've also covered the leading Democrats in both of those races, all those interviews on our website, KITV.com.
And stay with KITV4 for your election coverage for the primary election and through the general election in November, on air, online, and across all social media platforms. You can also download our free KITV4 app for breaking news alerts sent right to your phone.